When the game is a blowout, that's what you do. Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Man, I can't predict this series to save. I'm just being honest. I can't predict this series, man. I would have I would have bet some change that Cleveland would come out and compete to the end of the game, but the game was over in the middle of the third quarter, and I lost track of the game. Man, we had uh, watched the game with Team Watson, and it was like a Motown uh, reunion. Their old manager was there. Um, Jermaine Jackson was there from the Jackson Five, and those are the most notable people. A bunch of actors and stuff like that. We just had a good time, and so the game took the game wasn't even a thought in our mind, man. So I couldn't even do a review of it. I I believe Draymond Green got hot and the game was over. I wasn't really watching the game because with Sam telling with Sam Watson telling the Muhammad Ali and boxing stories and Jermaine Jackson telling the Motown stories and about their brothers and their family, you like I want this primary information. You're not even worried about the game, but it was fun. Had a great time. Um, we do this quite frequently at times. Um, let's see if a story I can share with you guys. I can share a story with you guys. Um, Jermaine was telling us a story about how um, it got so bad around. It got so bad that they had to have an armored car, have them, have them. They had to travel in an armored car. One for people making threats on their life, and just for safety reasons. He said they were a big deal, man. And he says it was. It's you know what's pretty cool that you know, and and this goes to show you about it doesn't matter your starting point in life. Because if you take my life, for example, Harlem, USA to South Central LA, and now I'm sitting on the couch, literally sitting on the couch next to Jermaine Jackson, grew up to his music, Jackson 5. You guys know the story, it's no reason. Um, and he's a friend, you know what I mean? So it just goes to show you everyone's starting point is different, and everyone's finishing point is different, but there's no tool that we don't have to propel ourselves to where we need to be, in the company you surround yourself with. Because if you look around the room, they're telling stories about Marvin Gaye, uh, everyone at Motown, Stevie Wonder, the Commodores. I maybe you guys like, who the hell are these guys? Some of you guys, but oh man, it was just so much fun. But I mean, let this video be an inspiration to y'all, man. It's not where you start. Your starting point just builds your story, and it's just cool. I mean, every so often we do this, and people come around, and I'm fortunate enough to have met someone like Sam, who, we've become friends. But more important than that, just value the people you hang around with and trust your goals. Believe in your goals, because I guarantee you the 13-year-old version of myself listening to just a microcosm, listening to the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson, there's no way on God's green earth, you would think that 20 years later, I can be sitting on the couch, slapping hands with them, hanging out with them, and this isn't the first time, isn't the second time or the third time. This happens on a rather frequency, but I didn't have the YouTube channel to share these stories with you guys. But it's just, you know, goes to show you that the people you see on TV are, one, human, and two, there's great possibilities that you can bridge relationships with them, and you can grow to the point where they can live and respect you and trust you and call you their friend. So, barbershop conversations. This was about game two, but it's really nothing to. I wasn't watching the game, to be honest with you. When the crowd cheered or something, I looked at the TV, but I'm not gonna pass up on a Muhammad Ali story or a Jackson 5 story or a Motown story versus watching a 20-point blowout game. So, barbershop conversations. Um, we got a pretty decent weekend coming up this weekend in terms of boxing, and let's see what happens in game three. But it's a good weekend. Busy weekend for myself. As you guys know, I covered Golden Boy this weekend, and that took, up late every single night this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is fairly typical, but it was just fun. It was a very productive weekend, and we'll see. Barbershop Conversations doing good, man. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends. You know, feel free to tweet, Facebook my videos, and we'll move on from there. But Barbershop Conversation, you guys are completely awesome. I have some video footage that I'll put so you guys can see it. But it was just a good time, man. And Barbershop Conversations, and I talk to you guys soon. But at the end of the day, bet on yourself. You know, that's basically what I did. If you guys know my history, I don't know if I've talked in depth about my history, but if you piece my videos together, you'll realize it. But, poor kid, Harlem, USA, poor kid, South Central LA. 20 years later, everything is gravy. So, barbershop conversation, you guys are awesome. And talk to you guys soon. Peace, guys.